Wonderful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you for subscribing. Please, if you're yet to subscribe, kindly touch on the subscribe button to subscribe, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to be notified whenever I upload new video. In today's tutorial, we're going to be making a free gown with this fabric. This fabric is 2 years, so it will be an A-shaped free gown. So as you can see, our fabric is now folded into two, and this line you are seeing here is zip allowance line. I'm using 1.5 inches for zip allowance, and here is my gown length, 35 inches, and this is folding allowance, 2 inches for folding allowance. Okay, I'll take my shoulder measurement, and the shoulder that I'm working with is 14 inches. 14 divided by 2 will give us 7 inches. Here is my shoulder measurement. Still on this line, I will take 3 inches for shoulder slope. Where I mark shoulder measurements, I will go down here by 1 inch to get shoulder slope. So I will mark it out. I will mark it out with my ruler. This is my shoulder slope. Then for my armhole, I will start the measurement from this 1 inch that I moved down here. The armhole I'm working with is still 14 inches. Divided by 2 will give us 7 inches. I will also use my ruler and connect. Still mark it down to this side. I will cover my armhole curve. The bust I'm working with is 34.5 inches. 34.5 divided by 4 will give us 8.6. So here is 8.6. Shoulder to half length is 14 inches. From half length to hip length is 8 inches. So this is where I'm going to take my hip measurement and my waist measurement. The waist I'm working with is 29 inches. 29 divided by 4 will give us 7.2. Here is 7.2. The hip that I'm working with is 38 inches. 38 divided by 4 will give us 9.5. That's 9.5 inches. So I'm going to add 1.5 inch is to the bust measurement, the waist measurement, and the hip measurement. Using 1.5 inches for seam allowance, so I'll be adding extra 3 inches to them. So I'll connect. Then from this hip line, I will mark it straight to the gown length. So this is it for the back side of our gown. For the neckline, see, remember all my measurements, I started taking them from this zip line that I marked here. Okay, for the back neckline, I'll be using 3 inches for the width and the 1.5 inches for the depth here. So I'm going to connect like this. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. also cut out shoulder slope, then cut out the neckline. So this is for the back. Don't forget to notch folding allowance. So this is it for the back side. Okay, for the front side, one side will be horizontal while the other side will be vertical. I will use this back one, place it on top of this fabric. So I'm cutting the vertical part first and cut it out. So this is one side of the front side of this gown. So I also use this one to cut out the horizontal part. Okay, for the horizontal part, I also use this one, place it on top of it, still cut out the same thing. So this is it. When I open it up, it will be like this. So I'll go to my machine now, join here with 1/2 inch. This is it. I'll finish joining it together with 1/2 inch. I will now fold it into two. Take my measurement, that's my shoulder measurement, bust measurement. So I will take my shoulder measurement, see where I'm starting from this stitch line here. The shoulder that I'm working with is 14 inches. Divide by 2, we give us 7 inches. I'll take my shoulder slope. So take 1 inch here for shoulder slope. Then connect it with my ruler. I will also take my armhole measurement, 14 divided by 2. I will mark it and also connect them. Then mark out my armhole curve. Or instead of you to do this, you can use the back side, place it on top of this fabric and trace it out. Shoulder to waistline, 14 inches. Waistline to hip line, 8 inches. So the bust that I'm working with is 34.5 inches. Divide by 4 will give us 8.6. Waist 29 inches. 29 divided by 4 will give us 7.2. Hip is 38. 38 divided by 4 will give us 9.5. That's 9.5 inches. Remember that I added 1.5 inches for ease and 1.5 for seam allowance, making it 3 inches. So I will add 3 inches here. Then connect the this is it. For the front neckline, I also use 3 inches for the width. For the depth, I will use 3.5 inches. It will be a round neck. I'll connect. This is it. I will go ahead and cut it out. So this is it. For the sleeve, I will fold my fabric into 2. The sleeve length I'm working with is 20.5 inches. I'll also roll it out. I'll take folding allowance, 2 inches for folding allowance. I'll also connect with my ruler. For the cap height, how to get your cap height? You divide your bust by 12 and then add 1/2 inch to it. The cap height that I'm working with is 3.5 inches. The round sleeve that I'm working with is 11 inches, that's 5.5 inches. So I'll be adding 2 inches for seam allowance. So here is 5.5. I'll add 2 inches for seam allowance. So from this 5.5, I'll connect it to this place. See the way I'm placing my ruler. I will determine the midpoint of this. This is 7 inches. So the midpoint will be 3.5 inches. So from up here, mark it, go down here by 1/2. Shoulder to elbow is 12 inches. And the elbow measurement is 10 inches. That's 10 divided by 2 will give us 5 inches. I will also add 2 inches for seam allowance. The wrist measurement is 7 inches. 7 divided by 2 will give us 3.5 inches. I will also add 2 inches for seam allowance. So I will connect them. So this is it. I will also use this one now to cut out the second sleeve, and that will be all for the cutting of this gown. So I will quickly go to my machine, join the zip allowance, then come back for the body measurement. This is the back side, and this is the front side. I turn the neckline with bias. I also fix zip. I use invisible zip. This is a 2 sleeve. Now I will take my body measurement. Shoulder to half length is 14 inches. Half length to hip length is 8 inches. And the bust I'm working with is 34.5 inches. Divide by 2. Now we are dividing our measurement by 2. Divide by 2 will give us 17.2. There is 17.2. Remember, I added 1.5 inch for ease. So I also take 1.5 inch for ease. Check what is remaining. This is 5 inches, so I'll take 2.5 from here. Also take 2.5 inches from here. Waist is 29 inches. 29 divided by 2 will give us 14.5. I will also add 1.5 inches for ease. Check what is remaining. Divide it into 2. Take from here and also take from here. Hip is 38 inches. 38 divided by 2 will give us 19 inches. I'll also add 1.5 inch for ease. Still divide what is remaining by 2. So connect. Down to the hemline. Also connect this side. And I'll be attaching pocket to this gown. And how to fix your pocket: you move down here from your waistline by 2 inches, or you can measure 9 inches away from your armhole. For the pocket hole, I'm going to be using 6.5 inches. So when I'm stitching, I will stitch from here and stop here. This place will be open for the pocket, and continue from here down to the hemline, and also repeat the same thing on this side. So I'm going to join this and also join here. Fix the sleeve. For the pocket, you place your hand like this. Then this place will be straight. So this one side of the pocket, I will use this one, place it on top of my fabric to cut the second pocket. So this is it for one pocket. So I will cut extra 2 like this for the second pocket. So this is it for the 2 pockets. So I'm going to stitch it. I'll start from here. I'll give 1 inch away from this, stitch it around this place. I'll also stop here. Still repeat the same thing on this second pocket. I've joined the 2 sides together. And how to attach your pocket: this is where the pocket will start from. Mark it out here. And this is here it will end. So this side now, this side will be facing downward. So you open it up like this. Right side facing towards the right side. You stitch like this. And also stitch this side. Then close up this space that I left here. For the sleeve, this show that joining here. This is the center of the sleeve that I notch. Place it like this. Don't forget the right side will also face towards the right side. then stitch it down like this, and also stitch this down to this side before closing it up. This is it.